What is our second main topic today?
All right, next up is Harris Williams. I don't know if you guys saw, but this week Captain Marvel passed movies like Spider Man Homecoming, Batman vs. Superman, and Guardians 2 to become the 10th largest superhero movie of all time. And it looks like just a matter of time before it catches the Dark Knight movies for ninth or 8th. To what do we attribute this huge success? Is it just from this female driven film, or is it something more? Thanks, and bring on that filthy.
Yeah, so much for whatever the boycotts were that were going around Captain
Yeah.
Marvel. Captain Marvel is, as they mentioned in the email, it is now the 10th largest. Now, when you think about how many superhero movies this thing has passed now, it is now the 10th largest superhero movie of all time. Coming in number 10, now it is at $910 million.
Wow.
It looks like it will, probably in the next couple of weeks, it will probably crawl over that $1 billion mark, become the 10th $1 billion club film out of the superhero genre. Of course, it's past films like Venom, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Batman vs. Superman, Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man 3. I mean, look at some of the films that it is now past, okay? Some of the highest profile, most celebrated movies ever, not just the ones that are here on this list, but the ones that aren't above it. It is past. Only above it right now are The Dark Knight at $1 billion. The Dark Knight Rises at 1.08 billion, Captain America Civil War at 1.1, also Aquaman at 1.1, Iron Man 3 at 1.2, Black Panther at 1.3, Avengers Age of Ultron at 1.4, The Avengers at 1.5, and then a big jump up with Avengers Infinity War. Now, I'm also going to go out on a limb here and guess that Captain Marvel is going to get knocked down one place once Avengers Endgame comes out. So that's probably going to take it out as well. But put that into perspective, that this movie, Captain Marvel, is now sitting up there with these films. It is absolutely phenomenal what it's been able to accomplish. And everybody's talking about comic book movie fatigue. I swear to God, I've been hearing about comic book movie fatigue ever since 2009. Like every year, it's like, oh, people are going to get tired of comic book movies. And it's not just Captain Marvel. Look what else is on this list. Also highlight like films just out of 2018 and 2019. Venom, Captain Marvel, Aquaman, Avengers Infinity War. All these films have come out in the last year or so. All these films have come out in the last year or so. And then there's a number of them also on here just from 2017. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Spider-Man Homecoming. There was, what was the other one? Maybe it was just those two that are on there. But then 2016 is there. These are all pretty strong indicators that this whole thing about comic book movie fatigue is probably not a real thing. I mean, this is a genre that's going to keep rolling as long as movies come out that the audiences are having fun at and enjoying and being entertained by. As long as that keeps happening, you're just going to see this thing keep steamrolling. Now, as far as what do we attribute this thing to, I think there are a couple of things. Number one is the fact that in this new era of superhero movies, because there have been several eras of superhero movies, in this newest era of superhero movies, this is the first Marvel superhero film to be led by a woman. Now, DC got the drop on them on that because they put out Wonder Woman first, had great success with that one. This comes out, it's had great success. But you can't just say, there are some people saying, well, the only reason Captain Marvel's done so well is because it's a female lead film. Not at all. There have been many female-led comic book movies in the past that have been total disasters and absolutely flopped. I mean, Catwoman, anyone? Elektra, Supergirl? I mean, on and on and on. So we've seen that happen too. Is it a factor? Absolutely, I believe it is a factor. Also, you have to put in there is the Marvel brand, the MCU brand. I mean, people just have, the audience has grown to trust the Marvel brand. So you combine that with the fact that it's a female-led film, that's a big step in the right direction. But also on top of all that, Ashley, you don't make $70 million on your second weekend and $35 million on your fourth or on your third weekend unless people are going back to watch it again and unless they're bringing new friends and unless there's word of mouth going on
Mm-hmm.
around it as well. So I think the third piece of this puzzle is number one, female-led. Number two, it's the Marvel brand. But number three, it's just a good movie. People have
Mm-hmm.
just been they've gone, they've watched it, they've enjoyed it, they've told other people about it, they've come out to watch it. And it's just, overall, you put those three pieces of the puzzle together and you get what is destined to be a billion-dollar film. Let me ask you this, Ashley. When you look at this ridiculous success this film is having, what is the first thing, whether it's one of the three things I just mentioned or something else, what's the thing that maybe jumps to the front of your mind as being something that this is what could kind of explain this movie having this success? What do you think?
I think like really I heard so much hype about it. Like the marketing I think was really great. The fact that Brie Larson is in it and she is an Oscar winner that a lot of people like from different genres that have nothing to do with comic books. It pulled in a lot of different people that
That's
I
true.
feel like wouldn't have necessarily seen it. Like a lot of my girlfriends were excited because, we're familiar with Brie Larson and we wanted to see her in this role. Whether people liked it or not, that's here nor there, but it's what pulled people there. Plus word of mouth, like you said. I mean, it doesn't get this much money because out of nowhere. It's because people are talking about it. There's buzz all over this movie. So I looked
And
at
of course,
huh?
there's of course my theory that there was a concerted, organized hate campaign against this film because of
Hmm.
certain people's politics, and I really do think that just drew more attention to the movie. And
Definitely.
and I think that actually boosted the box office of the movie, which goes to my theory that all these places that engaged in their organized hate campaign were actually on Marvel's payroll, that Marvel paid them to promote this fake controversy, and they took Marvel's money, promoted this fake controversy just to build up buzz for the movie. And I'm onto it. I'm onto it. I
Honestly,
cracked the code. My
I
tinfoil
mean,
hat.
maybe like
It's you never know.
that doesn't sound as crazy as you might think it does.
All
I
right.
Yeah.
What do you think, guys? Let us know. Jump down to the comment section. What do you attribute the success of Captain Marvel to this point? Do you now think like I do, and I've had my mind changed, that this is going to eventually cross that $1 billion mark? Jump down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts.